Thank you for tuning in to News 20. I'm Shay Simon.
And I'm Aaliyah Wilkerson. Let's jump right in. We have an update on a former FSU lawyer that was arrested last February for child sexting. 71-year-old Dayton Kramer was convicted this week for attempted enticement of a minor, where he could face a mandatory minimum of 10 years up to life in prison. He worked for Florida State's Deputy General Counsel since 2000, and his sentence will be set for this June.
And in other news, the Leon County Redevelopment Agency approved for a demolition program to revive the Frenchtown Southside community. The goal for this program is to help reduce the number of dangerous properties, improve the look of the district, decrease crime rates, and produce affordable housing. The $2,000 budget will help demolish the properties and fall into three main focuses: blight reduction, private property, and affordable housing. Commissioner Curtis Richardson says the main objective of the program is public safety.
The Tallahassee Police Department has conducted yet another safety and sobriety checkpoint Thursday. The checkpoint ran from 11:30 p.m. to early this morning at the 300 block of Stadium Drive. The checkpoint will help improve the safety of drivers while helping the police department determine who shouldn't be behind the wheel.
U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions paid a visit to Tallahassee on Thursday to discuss the opioid epidemic. Our very own Corey Bostic has more of what happened. Corey, what can you tell us?
Yes, Shay. According to state and federal figures, death by an opioid overdose outnumbered the amount of people who died in Florida automobile accidents in 2016. As a result, Thursday afternoon, U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions spoke at the courthouse in the jury assembly room to address the opioid epidemic. After his speech, he did not take any questions from the media. That's all I have for you. I'm Corey Bostic. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Corey. It all started in 1998, where thousands came to the Red Hills Horse International for this three-day competition.
At Eleanor Clapp Fitz Park, over 8,000 came to enjoy the competition, while some rode in it, and not on four wheels. Red Hills International Horse Trial celebrated their 20th anniversary, drawing in over 100 riders, around 180 horses, and many spectators. Former riders in the crowd, always thrilled to see this event.
So it's particularly cool to come to this one because it's local, but also because it has really the stars of the country.
Even Daisy Strickland got in on the action.
I pet the animals and I ride them.
It's not just the horse's performance.
They look awesome.
It wasn't just a day to horse around, but followers got a chance to see some of the best compete today.
Among the best included two-time Olympic gold medalist Philip Dunton, who finished with the 47.7 in the CIC three-star division, riding 14-year-old I'm So Ready.
I was really pleased with the ride today and proud of my horse. This is his first run for the year, so you have to rely a little bit on your preparation and your training leading up to it, and it all come off well.
Red Hills is one of the qualifiers for the FEI World Equestrian Games that'll take place later this year.
In Tallahassee, I'm Bria Wesley, News 20.
Now, those horses were beautiful. Red Hills triggered an economic impact of almost $5 million. The FEI World Equestrian Games will take place in September.
A case has reopened about a leader of a local hate group in Tallahassee. Back in 2016, Jordan Jerub was charged with extortion. He was accused of threatening an employee at Governor Rick Scott's office. But on Wednesday, the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force discovered several bags of evidence that belongs to his mother from his mother's home, located off Parkview Drive. The FBI has not given information to why they raided the suspect's mother's home or what they were looking for. Before being placed in police custody, Jerub screamed he didn't do anything and that he was a good person. And if you're looking for something to get into next week, digital journalist Jacqueline Harold has a very special event for you.
Just behind me in the Charles Winterwood Theater, the cast of Mississippi Delta is preparing for its debut next week.
Oh my God!
The actors and the production crew are following the lead of director Anidra Small as they run through a 4-hour tech rehearsal.
And so we planned a lot prior to February. So between, last spring and February, we were constantly in the planning phase of this project. And so the first couple weeks of rehearsal was literally digging into that script.
Pre-production includes casting calls, callbacks, and paper phase, which then leads up to reading rehearsals and tech rehearsals, where production assistants like Kenya Williams prepare the props for the show.
I just have everything in place so that at the start of rehearsal things can run smoothly. Everyone is comfortable with where their things are at, and that's a big part of running rehearsal and running the production.
The Mississippi Delta, written by Dr. Ndisha Ida Holland, will preview its first performance on March 28th and continue until April 1st.
The white man who was walking kind of beside us.
For tickets, visit the box office in Tucker Hall. In Tallahassee, I'm Jacqueline Harrell, News 20.
The Central Theater holds a little over than 500 people, so be sure to get there early.
And Easter is around the corner. This year, children with visual impairments will be able to participate in an Easter egg hunt. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosive announced their third annual Beeping Easter Egg Hunt. These eggs are a little different, though. Law enforcement officers build eggs that beep very loud to help the kids find them. The Easter egg hunt will take place on March 31st from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. at James Messer Park.
It's a sad day in Toyland as it has been reported that the founder of Toys R Us has died. 94-year-old Charles Lazarus passed away Thursday, just days after the company announced it filed for bankruptcy and was forced to shut down all of its U.S. stores. Lazarus started the company in 1948 with the anticipation that the post-war baby boom would create a demand for baby supplies and toys. He remained CEO until 1994. No evidence has been released of what caused his death.
Thank you for sticking around. I'm Angelicia Bruton. Now let's spill the brew. French media reported 3 people have been killed and others taken hostage in the south of France. Now the suspect is dead and was killed by the lieutenant colonel who offered himself as a hostage. It started when a man shot at 4 national police officers in Carcassonne. One of the officers was hurt. French authorities say the same man then opened fire at a supermarket in the town of Treves. The 26-year-old gunman, Rudin Lakhtim, wanted some terror suspects released in exchange for hostages. Local prosecutor BFM TV reported the attack appeared to be ISIS-inspired. Italy elected its first black senator this week, the Nigerian-born Tony Iwobi, who represents part of Italy's Lombardy region. The 62-year-old politician arrived in Italy over 40 years ago on a student visa. He has been involved with the League since the 1990s, when it launched as a separatist party that advocated for Italy's northern regions to stop bankrolling poorer south. President Trump fired the next shot in his crackdown on Chinese trade abuses Thursday, ordering tariffs on roughly $50 billion worth of Chinese imports. The move is meant as a countermeasure to China's seizure of U.S. intellectual property. It comes on the heels of steel and aluminum tariffs, which also targeted China. Trump, citing the need to reduce a trade imbalance, has brushed off fears that his measures could spark a global trade war. That's going to do it for your Bruton Sprue. I'm Angelicia Bruton. Now let's take it over to Michaela for some entertainment.
Welcome to eLive. I'm Michaela Sherman. On Wednesday, the lineup for the 2018 Tribeca Film Festival was announced. Among the films that are set to premiere at the festival, the television projects that will be joining the lineup were also announced. According to Entertainment Weekly, Jay-Z's latest series, Rest in Power, the Trayvon Martin story, will be amongst the series to premiere. This series will offer a definitive look at one of the most talked about controversial events of the last decade. Singer Celine Dion is postponing her March and April Las Vegas shows due to ear issues. According to the announcement, the singer plans to have surgery for a middle ear condition that causes hearing problems and makes it difficult to sing. Dion apologizes to her fans in a statement. She's set to return to the stage at the Coliseum at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas on May 22nd. People who have already purchased tickets for the canceled shows are eligible for refunds. Jimmy Kimmel got personal on his show Tuesday night. Very personal. The late-night host treated his audience to a look inside himself during his first colonoscopy. The camera was rolling as the hospital-robed comedian prepped for the procedure. Supporting him by his side was his stand-up to cancer colleague, broadcasting legend Keurig. Last year, Kimmel turned 50, which is the age that the American Cancer Society recommends people start getting screened for colon cancer. Kira had the procedure on TV in 2007 after her husband died from colon cancer. That's all I have for your entertainment. I'm Michaela Sherman. Back to you all at the desk.
So tomorrow we have sunny skies, a high of 75 and a low of 59. Sunday we have partly cloudy skies with a high of 82 and a low of 59. Monday, again, partly cloudy skies, high of 65, low of 54. Tuesday we have partly cloudy skies, high of 76 and a low of 52. Wednesday, sunny skies, high of 78 and a low of 56. That's it for your weather report. We'll be right back after this break.
Welcome back. I'm your boy Brandon Jones with the latest in sports. FAMU held their annual Pro Day this week where players get the opportunity to show out and impress NFL scouts. Running back Tevin Spells ran an impressive 4.53 in the 40-yard dash. Wide receiver Brandon Norwood also looked explosive, leaping 38 inches in the broad jump. The last FAMU football player to get drafted was linebacker Brandon Hepburn in the 7th round by the Detroit Lions. Florida State pulled away late in the second half to get the 75-60 win over Gonzaga. This will be Leonard Hamilton's first trip to the Elite Eight in his 16 years at Florida State. Terrence Mann led the way for the Noles, finishing with 18 points on 60% shooting, while the Noles' stifling defense held the Bulldogs to a meager 30% from the field. Florida State will face Michigan tomorrow at 8:49 p.m. on TBS. Loyola survived a tough game against Nevada to win 69-68. The Cinderella story continues as the Ramblers dug themselves in a hole early, finding themselves down 12 in the first half, but they settled down and they got the win and are moving on to the Elite Eight. Loyola has won their last 3 games on the last-second jumpers as they look to continue their run. They'll face the Kansas State Wildcats tomorrow at 6 p.m. That's all I have for the sports right now. We'll be right back after the break.
Well, that's going to do it for us today for Kayla and Brandon. I'm Aaliyah Wilkerson.
And I'm Shay Simon. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember to also follow us at thefamun.com for more news updates. Have a wonderful weekend.